Alright, Pro Golf Nation, welcome back for round 3. I know Smallz and I have been away for a little bit, but got my man with me today. We're going to do a driver comparison. We're going to look at 2 of the hottest ones on the market. Of course, we're in the Pro Golf Nation, so first and foremost, Strange Brew Coffee's got to be in hand. Today we're going to be looking, like I said, 2 of the hottest drivers on the market today. The Callaway Epic Flash and the Taylormade M6. So first and foremost, let's talk about the tech. What is Callaway saying about the Epic Flash? Alright guys, so Callaway Epic Flash. Couple of things to point out as we're looking at this. First and foremost was the big talking point this year was the supercomputer, the artificial intelligence. I don't know if that means that Terminator created this driver, and if so, is it going to take over the world? Who knows? Supercomputer went through 15,000 prototypes to come up with a new face design. Most faces up to this point have always had kind of an X shape in the back. This is more of a ripple effect, which Callaway is saying will allow for faster ball speeds no matter where it's hit on the face. You also have the jailbreak technology, which we've seen before that Callaway has kept. I'm really glad that they did keep this. This is 2 titanium bars that come from the sole, connect to the crown, that cause some stability so that the club won't flex on off-center hits. Helps increase ball speed, keep the MOI up. We have the carbon fiber crown, which allows Callaway to move more weight into the perimeter and sole of the club, allowing to push that CG back again to keep the MOI up, to keep the forgiveness up. We've got the movable weight here on the back of the club. This allows your club fitter to kind of change center of gravity, promote a draw bias, promote a fade bias based on where that weight is. And then this club also comes with the adjustable hosel to be able to change loft and lie. And let's talk about the tech on the Taylormade M6. What is Taylormade saying about M6? Alright, Taylormade M6. This is the 460cc head. Big talking point for Taylormade this year is the faster twist face, the speed injected twist face. So what we see is these 2 little screws here. What Taylormade is telling us is that each and every one of these drivers was manufactured for the face to be above the legal limit on speed, and they actually use a resin that they pump in through these little screws to kind of bring it back down to the legal limit, each one of them being a little bit different. Of course, we have the twist face, which is the new technology on bulge and roll that is going to allow for off-center hits to move back to the fairway and try to keep a straighter drive in play. We have the carbon fiber crown. Again, like so many other manufacturers today, we're trying to strip weight away from the top of the club so that we can move it into the perimeter and also move it into the back. If we flip it over on the bottom here, we've got the inertia generator. Again, we've moved that weight way back in the club head to try to create more MOI, forgiveness, ball speed. Again, everybody seems to be, we're getting faster this year, more club head speed on off-center hits. I guess they don't think any of us can actually hit the center of the club head anymore. Well, I'm guilty of that. And then the last thing to go through is the track bar, which again is Taylormade's way of increasing MOI, making it easier to hit, faster hit. Again, like I said, most of the companies right now are all about getting faster and allowing for more ball speed on the off-center hits. Alright, so we're going to hit 5 shots apiece, Grant, myself, with each driver. Again, this isn't necessarily saying that this is the best driver on the market, but is it best for us? We're going to kind of see how it fits to our game and give you some review of it as we hit it. First and foremost, we're going to start today with the Epic Flash. We are in the neutral setting. 9 degrees of launch, and this one we're going to have the Tensai 65 gram stiff flex shaft. So we'll kind of see how it goes, hit 4 or 5 shots, and give some feeling first. Just a little bit of trip down memory lane. The first driver that I ever bought with my own money was the Callaway Warbird, which is like about half the size of our 3-woods today. It's kind of crazy to think about, but one thing I've always liked about the Callaways is their alignment. The little V or whatever it is, it's just really good to line the ball up. When I stare down at this, obviously you see the composite crown. Callaway, as I said in the tech, they're moving some weight off the crown with that carbon fiber down into the sole and into the back to move center of gravity, maneuver some MOI. One thing I will say is in here, with the lights above, you do have a glossy finish, so I'm getting a little bit of glare on it. That's just me personally, I don't love that, but we'll see how it performs. Let's see if I can really go after one.
All right, Bobby, well, tell me about the Epic. How did it feel?
You know, solid. The jailbreak technology that's in it, to me, you know, you can kind of feel it. The face just doesn't really give as much as some of the old drivers used to. You know, sounded really good. Had that Callaway thud. You know, wasn't real tingy. Pretty good feeling. Again, I felt like I hit a lot of shots off the top of the club face. So I was, you know, just not really getting that zing. Again, it's different than what I'm fit for, so we're just trying to do the best of what we got. But like the way it sounded, like the way it set up. Didn't necessarily love the way it came off the face. So let's look at the numbers and see what we get. All right, guys, so we're going to take a look at the numbers here. On the Callaway Epic Flash, I was the number C on that. And what I saw here was ball speed 142. Not bad. My total average carry distance 232 and total distance 250 on average with a club head speed of 105.5. So what you can see there first and foremost is a 1.3 smash factor, which says get to work, Bobby. You got some work to do on the swing. Backspin rate 22.8, pretty solid. So all in all, not bad. The smash factor and ball speed weren't what we love for them to be, but a lot of that is going to be strike. Grant, give me some thoughts about what the club looks like at the ball.
So,
what do you like?
I like it. It almost reminds me of a bullet. Kind of gives a bullet head type of look, which is pretty exciting to see go into the ball. It does have some gloss onto it, which, you know, is kind of neat. It has a little shine, but I like the look of it. It's I mean, it looks good addressing the ball, so I enjoy that.
Okay. All right, Grant, what's the field verdict on the Callaway Epic Flash?
Well, the Epic Flash, love the look, love the way it, you know, how I set it up and the approach and everything, but as far as swinging it, I never felt like the ball really jumped off the face or anything kind of exploded out of it. It felt very average or dull feeling, for me, off the face of the club.
How was the sound?
Sound was pretty nice. I felt like it gave a little pop, but the pop was a whole lot different than I actually felt like.
If we come down to Grant on the Callaway Epic, we see average ball speed of 139.5, smash factor of 1.4, so a little bit better than what I was putting out on it. Total carry distance of 229 and total distance of 248. As you see up top, you know, longest shot was 251. My longest 258. So I was kind of all over the map. Had some bad shots in there as well. All right, so M6 time. Today we're going to hit 9 degrees standard loft. On this one we tried to find shafts that were pretty close together with the Callaway Epic. So we're going to do the Atmos Fujikura. This one's a 65 gram stiff as well.
Bobby, how does the M6 look at address?
Yeah, all right. M6 time. First thing I look at, I really love that they thin down. If you'll take a look at this, they've kind of thinned down the top line. If you remember on the M2, M3, or the M1, M2, M3, M4, that line was big, thick white, big, thick gray. I love that they thinned that down. It really squares the face up nicely. I do love the dull matte finish on this top. You still see the carbon like you did on the Callaway, but you don't get the glare looking down at it that you did, because you've got kind of that matte finish. I love the little bit of lipstick, the red across the back. This club just looks really clean to me. I like the way that it looks at a dress. So, see how it performs.
All right, so how about the Callaway, or I'm sorry, the Taylormade?
Taylormade M6. For me, I like the way that it lined up. As I pointed out in the beginning, I really felt like that helped me find the ball. Just the thin line across the crown with the silver sounded great. Like, had a real dull sound to me, almost like the wood bat baseball as opposed to an aluminum bats kind of thing. We move over to the Taylormade M6. My ball speed jumped 1.5 miles per hour on average. Smash factor's up to 1.4. We see a total distance of 250, so about the same. Launch angle a little higher. Launch angle a little bit lower, and spin rate pretty low here at 1700, which is surprising. I would have thought that was going to be a little higher on the spin rate. All right, Grant, M6 time. What's your thoughts as you're looking down at that, or
M6
first reaction?
Looks really unique. To be honest with you, it looks very ordinary. There's not a lot of flash to it. It's almost like you pulled a club out of a salvage bag or something. It doesn't look any kind of fancy like typical new clubs look. I love the little red line around the edge. It kind of reminds me of the Power Stick playing the old Tiger Woods or the PGA games, or if you play Madden, the kick meter. It kind of looks like that a little bit, but pretty ordinary, pretty simple. We're gonna see how it hits here in just a second.
Okay. All right, Grant, 5 shots in. How'd the M6 feel, and compared to the Callaway?
Well, I would say the M6 felt a little more solid than the Epic. Actually, I felt like the club really pounded off the face of this one. I hit a few high. I caught one really good at the end, but I just felt like even the shots that I didn't hit crisp or where I wanted to hit them, felt like they still came off the face. I didn't get a lot of different feedback. I guess that could be positive or negative based on if you want the feedback or not, but I never felt like I just completely missed it, other than the performance of the ball. But really liked what I did, what I saw, how I hit it. As far as feeling of the club, it felt really good.
How about the sound?
Sound really just a pop to me at the ball. It just really sounded like a solid hit. It didn't sound like a lot of tings and a lot of high-pitched noises. It just sounded like a really solid thud when you hit the ball, and that's what I like to hear.
And then Grant's last one with the M6. We see a ball speed of 138.7, total carry distance of 238. I think he had, as he said, a couple of mishits in there. But it's ironic that his ball speed went down from Callaway Epic to Taylormade M6. Mine went up. This just proves something that we've been pointing out from the very beginning is, we're looking at human testing. So our swings aren't the same every time. We're not the robot. We're not the tour player. And when you're going to pump the money into getting fit for these drivers, you definitely want to come into it with an open mind. Come into it with an idea of, I'm going to hit a couple of different clubs, and really try them out. And then, honestly, the club companies out there probably don't want me to say this, but man, don't buy it on the first trip. Come back again, because I guarantee you those numbers are going to change a little bit. And again, if you're dropping $400, $500, $600 on a driver, let's make sure we get the right one at the right time. As far as a wrap up for the review for me, I think we got two really good clubs here. You know, you look at the shaft makeup. For somebody like me who tends to put a lot more spin on the ball, I'm going to go with a lower launching, lower spinning club. Grant, for you, the final wrap up, I mean, what was your thoughts on the two clubs today?
I would definitely say that I was surprised at the Taylormade, the way I felt like the ball came off of it, but the Epic definitely was not a bad choice either. I mean, again, it goes back to the numbers and what that looks like. My spin, actually, I believe my spin went up in the Taylormade, which was unique. And it went down for Bobby, but it went up for me. So it's really a lot to do with who's swinging the club, and that's why, just like you said, it all comes back to swinging the sticks, getting in here and seeing what's best for you, and I think you'll be happy with what you find.
All right, guys. So again, welcome to the Pro Golf Nation. Hope you got something out of today's review. We're going to try to get a few more of these pumped out. Like always, if you've enjoyed what you're seeing, give us the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and be looking for the next video.